Okay, welcome along. Just checking the microphone, that's all good. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Oh, the screen resolution, one last thing. Screen resolution is good. So, I have just received a pull request from Johan again. So, we previously he did a bit of work on the downloader area of the code base. I think that's, yeah. So CocoaPods has it's got two parts. It's got the core repo and the not core repo, which is still called CocoaPods, which is a bit confusing. Hey Leonardo, welcome along. So where was I? We have some downloader code in the not core, and that was like 3 files, which was cache request response and then the downloader module itself. And then Johan has just done some work porting CocoaPods downloader, which is a whole sub package, and there's 19 files in here, so it looks like a substantial bit of work. We'll do what we can. I've got a haircut in less than an hour from now, so I don't expect we'll get to the end of this. But let's dive. I was going to say dive right in. We should actually read the description first. So here we are. So that's the link to the actual downloader package, which we can have up side by side. And when we come to do a review, exec a interesting shell command escaping. Okay, I'll have to see the nature of the commands we're actually using to see to what extent that's a necessity. It probably totally is. Yes, synchronizing. I would tend to say if you can express something async, then express it. If it's a naturally async thing, you should express it as async. But ultimately, we are one-to-one porting an existing command line package. So yes, it's an interesting one. You could genuinely do it sync if it's always worked sync to begin with. No easy answer to that. We may even start off as, I think, yeah, that's probably the right way to do it. We start off as sync, so we have we can more literally translate the code base, and then we can, once we're done with the sort of one-to-one porting, we can probably come back for a second run, where we actually say, okay, here are all the chess pieces, here are all puzzle pieces, can we arrange them in a better way than they were arranged originally? I'm not sure I like how this turned out. It's not very TypeScript-y, but maybe it could be a starting point for future. Yes, any starting point is good. I think there's just so much to get done. Any state is a good start. Fetching logic, interesting. Okay, we'll have to see what this all entails. Now, I've done downloading in CocoaPods before. No, sorry, in Node.js before, using like the HTTP library and that sort of thing. It's something I always have to look up, as the APIs are powerful, but not easy to keep in your head. So yeah, we'll just see what we're dealing with. Okay, package look. So that implies that's probably for exec A. Let's just make sure everything's okay in there. Oh yeah, that makes sense. So Johan has linked up CocoaPods downloader as a package that's used within the repo. Okay. you wouldn't always look at the log file. I'm just trying to get an understanding of the side effects of having added exec a. So that's pulling in a bunch of things. Okay. So it's not a trivial package. So that's something we'll have to think about. Oh, so Leonardo has just said, I'm going to upload a PR from a file. Sorry, that's what I got today. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that PR. We'll hope to review it on stream. Okay, we've got CocoaPods downloader, main source index.js. Currently it only vend, so that's probably incorrect. So when you specify files, that specifies that only vends source/index.js as in the npm package. Maybe that's part of my boilerplate. Let's just check on that. CU or package JSONs. Oh, that's my bad. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Okay. Actually, no, that's probably fine for now. That's probably fine. So the reason I put that in is so that if we do publish this somewhere as a sort of just to squat on the name, it probably makes sense to at least have an empty index.js. So yeah, that's exactly why I put it in. Okay, we downloaded a module of CocoaPods.js, and we got the format lint things, which refer to the repo, ignore scripts and that sort of thing. Yeah. Okay. I know this is all a bit messy looking, but it is. It's one way I found to get formatting and linting commands set up in a monorepo, but referring to your singular formatting and link configuration at the root of a monorepo. Let's see. XML DOM is an interesting requirement. We'll see what this package does. Node types make sense. Do we want 20? That's what I've gone with before. Why not? Oh, how did we? Okay, so that got introduced. There's dependencies twice there. So when we get to that file, I think we can just jump straight. So I've actually checked out the branch. So this is CocoaPods package JSON. That probably happened due to a rebase. Let's see. Because I pushed a commit last night. I think due to last night's push, we ended up with 2 dependencies. Ugh. Fields. Start my review. So yeah, this is probably, as I say, something that happened, something that comes out of a rebase. It's one of those things that'll slip through, and Git won't tell you that there's a conflict because of yes, because of how it works. Okay, so back to the top. I think that means we've viewed that file. How do we jump to the top? Okay. Next up. That's handy. So we've got the commit hash as well, saying which exact hash, which exact commit he was checking out. That's fine. I'm sort of wondering whether to turn that to So they call their main branch master. It's fine. Because indeed, that is that'll be the exact sort of state in time that he was looking at. So that's handy in itself. The one pitfall with commit hash URLs is if you accidentally took the commit hash based on a file that was further behind in history, like, I don't know, like a license file that was edited a long time ago, you can end up browsing the tree at that point in time. So let's just check that that's a relatively recent commit, and if it is, we're good to go. 6 months ago, but if we jump onto the master branch, yeah, it was 6 months ago, but that's also the last time this folder was changed. Can we go a bit newer? Yeah, the last time this was touched was 6 months ago. Okay, we're good. Okay, so that all, I can assess these later. We can fold this up. I don't know if we'll mark it as viewed. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, this is probably something they've done in the original Ruby code. Can I close that? Yeah, we got space. Okay, CocoaPods downloader. We go into lib, downloader base.ts. So, version, where do you live? Oh, interesting, okay. That's so hard to translate, isn't it? So this Ruby code is trying to get the version of I'm trying to understand this. It's a bit hard to read because I don't know what base module means. Does it? I guess it means. Oh, thanks for the pull request, Leonardo. I think I won't be able to review it on this stream, but maybe I'll just take a peek right now. What we got? Build type class. Let's just see. Okay, that looks understandable. Excellent. What was build type? Yeah, it holds a lot of constants. Cool. Build type. I know we've used build type somewhere. Okay. It's sort of sounds vaguely familiar to me. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll be checking that out on another stream. I've only got 30 minutes to finish off to progress on this review I was doing, but yeah, that will save a lot of time. Thank you very much. Excellent. Okie dokie. So back to business. Where were we? I've totally lost the thing I was actually looking at. Yes, okay, this. So does ESM actually let you import package JSON? Let's just test that right now. So we'll jump into CocoaPods. No. Jump into. Let's make a test.js. Import from /package JSON. Come on, oh right, yeah. Node of /test.js. Okay. What's wrong here? Okay, you need an import attribute. Okay, but that's all. How do you write those? I've never actually had to use them. As type. Yeah, we'll have to look this up. It's gonna. Maybe if I look that up, it'll show me how to do it. With type. Oh, I was on the right track. The new keyword is with instead of assert. Cool. Let's give it a go. Yes. Okay. All right. That's very satisfying. Experimental feature. That's fine by me though. I think it's on the standards track. What node is this? It's node version 20, which is soon it's in long-term support right now, but we're moving over to 22 in a few months. Okay. I think we could go with that. So first up, oops, hang on. Just queer Safari, I don't think we're using it. So that's gonna need that import attribute. And is that actually, do we really go that many levels up? We can figure this out easily by just lifting this up, lift that test up and drop it in there. Ooh, yes, thank you. Cd into CocoaPods downloader, and then we'll run test.js, and that still worked, so that's going to become that. Sweet, okay. Oh no, but sorry, exactly, we're going all the way up to the root of the repo to get the, but that's not going to work, because once this thing is actually published as an npm package, this whole structure here can't be trusted. So what we need is a dynamic import. Okay. Let's just check we've got the path right. Okay. So we import whatever we're calling this. I think this is a private. The monorepo is a version of the monorepo doesn't matter because we're not going to be publishing the monorepo. So what is the base? I mean, the base is probably CocoaPods. Import. I would be thinking So for now it's repo/CocoaPods. You do dynamic import on that. Does it let us do that? We can do top level await, const package JSON equals that. So if we're this deep in the tree, that's a sibling though. So unless you declare a dependency on the, no. Once this is published, we cannot get that package JSON unless we declare it as a peer dependency. But this is all predicated on base version coming from not this package. So what is base module is my... Oh. Is this the version field in a pod, actually? Let me see a example CocoaPod. So I'll just React Native GitHub. Well, this is probably a bad example because they use local pods for everything. But here's a pod spec. That's lowercase version, not uppercase version. Here's the actual spec. Base module is a pod. Where does this version string come from? Because we haven't written pod yet either, so we're a bit out of our depth. Where were we? So we've got base version. Oh. That looks very relevant. First start, what is it? Okay. The other confusing thing is that pod is this namespace that's available to all of these sub packages. They can all kind of merge into it. So yeah, you can see, for example, this downloader module is merging into the pod module. Oh dear, so confusing. But does that mean that every member of pod may have a version number hiding around somewhere? Let's put that theory to the test. So in CocoaPods downloader, do you have a version here? Nope. But you do have gem version. Oh, I see. Okay. This is a bit cursed. It's cursed because it makes it very hard to find all the pieces. But in each of the gems, you have these. They sort of require all of these. What would you call these? Modules or submodules, which then require their own modules and submodules, which have effects, and those effects include augmenting the submodule here with whatever they like, which will include the version key. So if we go back to CocoaPods and see the main CocoaPods project, not the core project just yet, we'll see there should be a gem version file in here. Okay. Right, okay. So I think we're on the right track. I just need to go back to here. Oh, weird. Oh no, this is fine, because module pod has its own version, and then module down, which is defined out here, and then module downloader has its own version, which is independent of that. We're getting closer. Okay. So the thing we were trying to translate was, I've lost it. So this base module is a pod, and you look for the version string on pod itself, which, okay, I've got it. So, where were we? CocoaPods downloaded base. So that means we need to do a dynamic import. No, we can do a static import. We just need to add this as a, back it up. So pnpm add as a, how do you do it as a peer dependency? Peer, save peer, all right. We need to declare a peer dependency on repo slash whatever we were calling it. So CocoaPods core. No, not CocoaPods core, it's CocoaPods itself. Okay. Okay. This is a workspace thing, so how do we normally do that? We'll do a peer dependencies. It's going to be repo pods, right? Something like that. Package.json. I know Johan has been very helpful in setting up one of those dependencies for the first time. So I just need, we'll be getting to this. Is this going to work if I just do a npm install? Oh, sorry. I thought we were in a pnpm project. This is an npm working spaces project. That's the only reason it's not working. Okay, so we're peer dependent on any version of repo slash CocoaPods. So we'll do an npm install there, which should reflect here. We'll do a repo slash CocoaPods. So that exists. Yeah, think that probably worked. Okay, and that will allow us to do this. Not that, but from repo / CocoaPods with, was it with type? Oh, I've totally forgotten it. Hang on. Test.js. It was, or type JSON. Slash package.json. Surely that works. Surely that works. Module option has to be set to ESNext, NodeNext, or Preserve. NodeNext, I think it's going to be. Right, so it's Node 16 at the moment. Whoops, tsconfig.json. Module is going to be NodeNext. Yes! Sweet. That's really satisfying, the fact we can statically analyze. Oh yeah. So that goes into a review. Okay. Where is it? Download. Actually, you know what? I can just do it myself. Fix. Get base project version using okay. Just commit that straight to the branch, because otherwise it feels a bit weird sometimes doing all the work necessary to make the suggestion, and then undoing all that work and saying here's a suggestion you should apply. So I think it's just be reasonable. Passage lock, yeah, it changed. I changed it. Lovely. So that will sort of come back to lovely, lovely stuff. I like that. Record string of unknown options. Yep, so it implies it's a property bag of some sort. And that's what we're trying to make this. It's abstract, okay. It is abstract, okay. Implement download. So there should be like one download function that's abstract, one would think. But I guess not. That's clearly not abstract. So yeah, okay. I think their use of the term abstract is a little... Oh no, okay, well at least there's one abstract function here. Cool. So self.options. I think we're going to need So we've got target path, URL, options, we've got the constructor, then we go down to name. So is this, okay, so self.options has been renamed to download options. Does that make sense? Not sure. Because this wants to be called options. It's a read-only attribute. Ah, that's a point. So for one thing, that should be a read-only attribute. So this is base.ts. This is options. How would we write this? Options is a posh. Don't yet know the shape of this. And we're going to have a getter because it's an attribute reader is a read-only attribute. Oh, hang on, yeah. Record a string to string. I think that would. Well, symbols in Ruby are awfully similar to what you'd call this. I think we can call that a string, record of string to string. So that should actually be string to string if we're lucky. But it's a record of where each value is the downloader, so it's a bit. So maybe there's a reason for that being unknown rather than string. Let's see how it goes with record of string to string. Okay, so the options. That's gonna return this dot private options, okay. And that it now becomes a boring old, very space consuming variable. But that now means that users can't write to it from the outside, which is good. And then that means, but then what does that mean? Self to options. Okay, surely. It's not an abstract get, is it? I'm really not following this. Array of key of. Does that make sense? So you've got your member variable options, which is just a direct setting of this record of string to string. And yet you've got the getter called self.options. I'm always unclear why Ruby uses this self thing. Ruby self method. This. So surely that means it's a static method. One thing I find when trying to understand concepts in Ruby is that I look up very commonly used patterns, and anytime I see an explanation on Stack Overflow, I do not understand it. It's like a whole writhing mass of bad explanations, or possibly people who don't fully understand the concept. So Leonardo is saying static options string array return. Well, let's do that as a straw man. Static. So we're thinking it's a method rather than a getter. We'll see how that goes. The thing is, you can't have abstract statics. And they've marked it as abstract. Oh, static abstract. Yeah. You can't have abstract statics. So it's going to be it's going to be abstract, not literally, but I mean, we can do that, but when you subclass this, what is the point in that? It doesn't make any sense at all, because you only actually get the options passed in. Oh, is this some kind of thing that validates the options that can be supported? Okay. So you declare subclasses of base, and then you declare which options you support. So indeed, you can't. Yeah, it's just going to be an array of strings. You say all the things your class supports. Okay. And then that means we can still have this member variable. At which point, I don't think that needs to be abstract. We can just do, there you go. Return this dot object.keys. Each specific concrete downloader. That is probably the clue, isn't it? There's a bit extra to do inside here. Okay, I like this. This is starting to explain. Supported options equal base. Or really we want to get, oh jeez, how do you do this? We want to get a reference to not base, but whichever subclass's constructor this is. So, but this doesn't exist. This doesn't. This dot constructor dot options. Okay. As type of base. New set those. We're going to look over the options that have been passed in, and we're going to find some key where supported options doesn't have the key. If there's a case where the user has passed in some options that aren't explicitly declared as being supported by the class itself, then we raise a downloader error. And so for now we'll just do throw new error, the unrecognized options. Stop. Yeah, I gotta head out in a moment. Okay, actually, we probably want to do this instead. So unrecognized options equals object keys options dot filter all the ones where supported options doesn't have the option. Okay. Oops. JSON.stringify. Oops. That. Oh, I hate that. I do not like that unicorn rule. Seriously? Okay. So yeah, that gets rid of that. I think that's what I was trying to express. That's probably right, but I can't look into it much deeper as I need to head off to my haircut. Okay, thanks folks for coming along. I hope maybe to do a bit more streaming later. I don't know, maybe an hour for now, or maybe I'll just take a break. This has been quite fun, and there's lots more reviewing to go. But yeah, thanks for keeping me company, and we will be doing a lot more of this and getting back to this. I'm not going to commit and push this just yet, as I don't feel I've totally understood the sort of abstract bit, but it might actually be in a good place. Anyway, thanks for coming along. See ya.